All right, kindergarten, welcome to another day of math. We are starting on lesson 11:1, and we are counting patterns all the way to 30 today. A 30 is a 3 and a 0. So at the end of the lesson, you're going to be able to say that you can count or use patterns to count to 30. So I want you to right now count to 30 from 1. So 1, 2, all the way to 30. And then I want you to look and see if you can find some patterns. Okay? So I want you to pause the video and look for patterns. All right, now that you have unpaused the video, I see a lot of patterns. And this is going to be kind of hard for me to explain since I'm not with you face to face, but we're going to try our best. So let's look at this column. In a column is everything going down, like my arrow. It's a very bad arrow. But let's look at this column. What do all of these numbers have in common? I'll give you a hint. I'm circling them. They all have a 1 in the column, don't they? Now let's look at this column. What do these all have in them? How about this one? And this? Are you starting to see the pattern? So this column had all 1s. This one had 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s, 8s, 9s, and 10s. Or the last one was 0s. So all the numbers that are the same is the 1s places. So if we counted by 10, we would say 10, 20, 30. But let's start at 7. And let's count by 10s. 7, 17, and 27. All right. Another pattern is they all start with the same number until they get to the last one. Look at all the teens, 11 through 19. They all start with 1, and all the 20s start with a 2. All right, these are different kind of patterns. So let's flip it over. Kind of like we said, see how this is blue? The blues have 1s. This kind of grayish color, greenish gray, they have 2s. The orange has 3 and 23. They both have 3s. 4 and 24 both have 4s. They're purple. The greens are 5. 5 and 25. 6 and 26. 7 and 27. 8 and 28. 9 and 29. And all the 10s are white because they all end with 0. 10, 20, 30. All right. Now, how come this middle row wasn't colored in? Because those all sound different, right? If we count by in our 20s, it's 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. You notice how I start every number with 20? But if I tried this with the teens, is this 1 teen, 2 teen, 3 teen, 4 teen, 5 teen, 16, 17, 18, 19? Some of those numbers were right, but they're different because this is 11, not 1 teen. This is 12, not 2 teen. This is 13, not 3 teen. They sound different. That's why they are not colored as well. Now, if we go to this next box that Carlos is holding, how you notice that a lot of these numbers have, or all the black numbers, start the same in each row. So this whole row all has a 1, except when it gets to the end. This bottom row all has a 2, except when you get to the end. So on number 1, down at the bottom, you are supposed to count out loud and read the numbers in the top row. And then you are going to circle around the numbers in the top row and part of the numbers in the bottom row that sound alike. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are circled. Now I hear 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26. Okay. Now, number 2 says, listen to the following numbers and then complete the numbers in the chart. 27, 28, and 29. So I hear, remember 20 means that's the first number, right? 20 means that first 2 in the tens place. And then 7. Right here. Because 7 comes after 6. What comes after 7? 8. Just like if we were counting by ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 8 comes after 7, so it's 28. And then 29. 29 is going to be a 2 for 20, and then 9. 29. So then you're going to write a 9. Good. You can turn to the next page. Now, number 3 says, have students write the missing numbers and then explain how they know the numbers are correct. So, how are these numbers missing? We know these numbers are missing. How do we know what they are? So let's look at this first one. We have a 1 and a 1. So we have 11 and 21. What do you think is going to go up here? 1, because all these columns have the same ones place number, 1. Now here, the next one, we have 12 and 2. What do those both share? They both share a 2. What does 13 and 23 both share? A 3. What does 14 and 24 share? A 4. Now, tricky one. What does this row have in common in the one place? A 5. Now, you're probably thinking, but there's nothing here. Okay, well, so let's just pretend there's nothing there. What's another way we can find this number? I know. Maybe we can count the pattern going in the row. 1, 2, 3, 4. What comes after 4 when we count? 5. And then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now, number 4 says count the numbers at the bottom and read, or count the bottom numbers in the bottom row aloud and then write the missing numbers as you say them. So we have 21, 22, 23, 24. What comes after 24? What comes after 4? 5. So 25. And then what comes after 5? 26. and then 27, and then 28, and then 29. Perfect. Now, number 5 says, the hand, write the missing numbers in the column. Say them aloud and explain the numbers in the column that are alike. Okay. So we're going to skip this one for right now because that could be tricky for some of us. Okay. So let's go right here. Let's look at this pattern. We have a 7 up top and then a 27. What do they both have in common? That 7 that I underlined, right? Is this the final answer? Should we just write 7? No, because look, this is the teen row. See, 11, 12, 13, blank, 15, 16. So what comes after 16? We need a 1. See how each of these has a 1 in the beginning? This whole row has 1s in the beginning. So what does this row have in common? 8. Or column, sorry. But what does this row have? We need our 1. So I'm just going to write my 1 in this box right away because I know we need 1s, right? This whole thing has 1. And this column also has a 9. Now, be careful here. This row both has a 0. So I'm going to write my 0. So I look, oh, this is the teens, right? There's supposed to be a 1 and everything. So do I write 1, 0? No, that's 10, right? We already have a 10 right here. So I know, let's count by tens. 10, 20, 30. 20 is a 2 and a 0. Now we're still missing some numbers, aren't we? Well, let's count up here. We need to find this box, and this missing number. So let's count right away. 1, 2, 3. What comes after 3? 4. Good. So now that we know that number, we must know that there's going to be a 4 here, right? But what does each one of these have in the front? The tens place is a 1. So 14. So if I know these two are 4s, that must mean that this one is a 4 because they're in the same column or the same up and down row. So my missing number there is 4, so we have 24. All right. Perfect. Next page. Now we have some more missing numbers. All right. What comes after 6? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What comes after 6? 7. So we know this whole row or this whole column is 7s. So that means that missing number is a 7. But are all of these 7? No. What is missing in that middle row? The 1. Whoa, not a good one. Good. 17. Now we got to find these missing numbers. And you could start counting 21, 22, 23, 24. You could do that. Or you could just see what each of these columns have in common. 2, 2. Oh, I better write the 2 the right way. 2. 3, 3. 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5. So 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. Very good. Now, number 9. A whole lot of our teens are missing right here in the middle, right? But what do each of these numbers start with? 1, 1. They both start with 1. So everyone in this row is going to start with a 1. So I'm just going to write my 1s. What do these columns have in common? A 3. What does this column have in common? A 4. This has a 5. This one has a 6. This one has a 7. And this one has an 8. So a way to double check your answer is just by counting. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Excellent. Next page. So now I am going to say some numbers and you need to circle them. All right? So in our first box here from 1 to 30, I want you to circle the numbers 4, 14, and 24. I'll give you a hint. It's going to be, you're going to circle a whole column, 4, 14, and 24. What do those 3 numbers have in common? Ready? Listen. 4, 14, 24. They all have a 4 in them. So I'm going to go to the row with the 4s. I'm going to say, oh, right there. 4, 14, and 24. And now remember, up and down is a column. Now, listen for the row that I'm going to say. I'm going to say some more numbers, and I want you to circle these now. 16, 17, 18, 19. You need to circle those numbers. 16, 17, 18, and 19. So teen tells me that there are 1s in the beginning. And then a 16, so that's 16 because that's our 6. And then teen. And then 17, 18, and 19. Excellent job. The last page. We need to fill in the missing numbers. So, what comes before 2? 1. Very good. So all these have to have a 1 in it. And this whole row has a 1 to start with. So 11 is a 1 and a 1. And if we count by tens, 1, 11, 20. What needs to be there? 1. Very good. All right. And then I want you to listen to the numbers again and then draw a circle around them, okay? 27 and 28. Now remember, this is the 20s row because 20 starts with 2. So 27, I hear a 7, and we're in this row. So here we go. And then 28. So I hear my 3 numbers with an 8. So it's one of these 3 numbers, but 28. These are the 20s. 28. Very good. All right. Now 5, you're going to listen to the numbers again, and you are going to circle them. Ready? 20, 21, 22, and 23. 20. If I count by tens, I know 10, 20, right? We've done a lot of practicing that at the carpet this year. So 20 is my first one. And then 21. Oh, am I going to stay in this row? No, because that is 11. 21. So a 21 is a 2 for the 20, and then a 1 in the ones place. A 2 and a 1. And then 22. And then 23. Perfect. And the last one, you are supposed to count out loud in the middle row. And you are going to color the boxes of numbers that do not fit the pattern. Explain why it does not fit the pattern. Ready? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. You need to circle the boxes that don't fit the pattern. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. The pattern I hear is the teen at the end. Actually, I don't want to talk about this. This is too confusing to say over the computer, so we're going to skip number 6. Skipping 6. Whoop. All right, nice job, kindergarten. Hope you had a great day today, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye.